For the wiring on this installation, you can see that I ran the wire along the frame of the dump. Come along here, get to the rear. I give it a nice loop right near the pivot point. Then take it up and run it along the bottom of the dump. Now you can't see it because it's on the outside of the frame of the dump, but it goes along the front. And as we come to the front of the dump truck, you can see on the far side, and I'll move around to the other side to see that. So we're on the passenger side now, and you can see the conduit running up the front of the dump body, up the front of the bulkhead, and the wire extending at the top. We'll secure that or connect it to the motor at the top. But on the driver's side, you can also see how the wiring was run along the underside of the frame. And about every 3 or 4 feet, I secured the wiring with a clip. Then when I got to the very front, I used some gray conduit to give it a cleaner look. A lot of times I'll try and run it through a cavity, such as right here. But in this case, I didn't feel that there was a good way to exit it at the top and give it a clean look, so we went with the conduit on this installation. On the inside of the cab, I ran the wiring through the firewall about the middle of the cab, and you can see the yellow and red wire. I ran out of yellow, so that's why I had to go with the red. The red is 6 gauge and the yellow is 8 gauge. So I brought it through the firewall, and note the rubber grommets, the hole grommets to protect the wire, and then I put another clip right there to secure the wire so they don't jump around, and I'm actually going to tuck it right behind the floor mat. My switch assembly, I plan on mounting right about this location. Not sure how great this is coming out, but right about that location for convenience for the driver. So as we continue with the wiring, we're going to look in the engine compartment back at the firewall, and you can see where I came through the firewall with the red and the yellow wire. The yellow wire is going to our motor, the red wire is going to our battery. Again, take a look at the grommets going through the firewall to protect the wire. You just want to, if you can find those hole grommets, it always helps to protect the wire from vibration and then ultimately getting cut. In the battery compartment, you can see the red wire that's coming in from our cab, running under the cab, in through the firewall into the switch. Then we're coming back to the battery. As a tip here, it's always good to leave the wires disconnected until you have done all of your wiring. Then connect them here to the terminals, direct to the terminals, and test your unit. Note right here in this spot is our inline breaker, and because this battery compartment doesn't have a cover, I went and taped that off to protect it a little bit from the elements. Most often a battery compartment will have some sort of cover. So let's take a look inside the cab at the final installation of the switch, and you can see the wires behind the switch assembly, and there's our rotary switch. Wires going behind the switch assembly, tuck them in behind, I tucked them in behind the floor mat, and then they go through the firewall somewhere in this area right here. So that's the cab assembly, the cab switch assembly. So here's a look at the completed installation. The tarp's retracted in this case, and we have straight aluminum arms on this system. There are systems or options with this system where you can have a 30 or a 45-degree bend in the arm to lower the profile, but in this case, it's just a straight arm. System works great. Install went really well. If you have any questions, you're welcome to call me as you're doing your install. I'll be glad to help in any way I can. Dan Lowalbo. My number is 757-615-4379, and I'll also give you that information at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.